I've sadly just recently found out that the council planned to cut down 15 mature trees as part of a building project. The trees are located in the Kettering town centre behind the library and the museum, and planning permission has already been granted for the build. But I am here to protest in the strongest possible terms about the felling of these mature trees. I'd like to urge the council to make amendments to the plans so that the trees can be incorporated as part of the build. I am surprised this wasn't considered in the first place, bearing in mind we are supposed to be in a climate emergency. Being ecologically responsible doesn't mean counting the trees and chopping down as few as possible. It means you put the ecosystem first, that it becomes the main priority. When are we going to start doing this? After this build or the next? There'll always be builds, warehouses and new projects in the pipeline. The government's already laid the foundations for the build. How is this part of a green recovery plan after COVID-19? When do we finally stop and look at the ecological implications of always putting grey over green? Now, the council might come back and say they'll plant some new trees, but there's numerous studies to show that it's very difficult to offset the damage of cutting down mature trees by planting new ones. You might think, well, what's so bad about pulling down a few old trees? On average, one tree will produce 260 pounds of oxygen per year. It will be the home to insects, birds, and all manner of wildlife. And if you live in Kettering, you'll already be aware of the flooding issues caused by the more extreme weather that we've all been experiencing. These weather changes are due to climate change, and this is only going to get worse. On new builds of any kind, water removal is always an issue. Trees help to absorb water from the ground and thus help reduce flooding. Trees are able to clean the air by absorbing harmful particles and gaseous pollutants, which is essential in town centres. They provide shade and benefit by cooling the atmosphere. Trees can reduce air conditioning costs within buildings, which is also another long-term benefit. Incorporating the trees within the build is a win-win for everyone, and it can be done with some innovation. I believe incorporating the trees into the build will show a genuine commitment to solving the climate change problems we all face. It will show forward-thinking originality, and it will be a pioneering design for the town, something we could all be proud of.